Princess Charlotte's first royal title _ King Charles stuns banquet guest. We begin with the moment that shook the hall. In the grand dining room of Buckingham Palace, chandeliers glowing, the crowd hushed. King Charles pauses, lifts his glass. He turns to Charlotte, his young daughter seated next to her mother. And then he speaks a name. A title. A first title. Not Miss Charlotte. Not Princess Charlotte of Cambridge. Something more. Something historic. That moment holds more than ceremony. It carries love. It carries power. It carries the weight of generations. Because a title isn't merely words. It's identity, duty, expectation. And tonight, Charlotte's identity shifted. The banquet guests gasped. They whispered. Because nothing about this was routine. Part 1. The announcement. The room had already been primed for an occasion. King Charles hosting a banquet honoring not just visiting dignitaries but celebrating family bonds, monarchy in transition. Princess Charlotte, still young, charming, beloved. Guests included ambassadors, members of parliament, visiting heads of state, and of course, the press. At the height of the evening, between courses, after the toasts, King Charles stands. Silence falls. Charlotte is summoned closer. He addresses the assembly. By this title, let Charlotte be known as the Duchess of. The exact title echoed through the hall. And from that moment, Charlotte's role changed. The guests exchanged glances. Cameras flashed. Maidens blinked. The press scribbled. Social media will burn tonight. What was the title? Why now? Was this planned long before? Or a spontaneous gesture? How will this reshape her role, her future, the monarchy's future? Part 2. What title means. A royal title is more than a social label. It is a declaration. It determines how Charlotte will be addressed, what rights she may hold, how protocol surrounds her. We explore history. How titles have been bestowed in the past. How Queen Elizabeth II gave titles to her children and grandchildren. How King George VI, in times of crisis, used titles to anchor stability. How in modern times, titles have become strings of symbolism, some welcomed, some contested. Charlotte's first title enters that lineage. It will affect how she signs, how she is received abroad. What precedence she holds at state banquets. Which ambassadors bow to her. Which foreign royals share tables with her. And how she is referred to in official documents. Every invitation, every exchange of courtesies. Part 3. Family tension and expectations. Behind the ceremony, there are stories of expectation. Camilla and William exchanging glances. Catherine smiling, but with eyes that hide concern. Siblings, George and Louis, wondering what this will mean for them. Will Charlotte's new title affect the line of succession? Will there be jealousy, protection, pressure? We hear of Charlotte's childhood, how she has long been prepared for public life. Tutors, public appearances, small duties. But a title that elevates her beyond mere public presence. It anchors her in the fabric of royal responsibility. There is tension, traditionalists saying the monarchy must preserve old rules. Reformers saying titles should reflect modern values. And Charlotte, caught in between, chosen, named, elevated. Part 4. King Charles's stunning move. Why did Charles do this at this moment? Politics. Legacy. Love. Some say Charles felt the monarchy must adapt to a changing world. Some say he wished to elevate Charlotte publicly because his own health, age, reign make questions of succession and continuity more real. Some say he saw this banquet as the perfect stage, dignitaries present, cameras poised, the world watching. This gift of a title to Charlotte not only shows paternal pride, but strategic vision. Because in bestowing this now, Charles sends signals, to governments, to public, to royal watchers. Signals about inclusion, generational shift, modernization. But also signals of what kind of monarchy he wants his daughter to inherit, one rooted in tradition, but not bound by the old ways entirely. We open a curiosity loop. What would be Charlotte's responsibilities under this title? When will she begin to wear it? Will there be new duties? Will this impact her education, her public work? Part 5. Impact on protocol, symbolism, press. As soon as the title was announced, protocol teams scrambled. Seating plans shifted. Foreign ambassadors repositioned. Diplomatic notes updated. Official websites changed her style. Heralds prepared new insignia. Symbolism. The title might include references to a duchy, historical land, perhaps tied to Wales or Cornwall, or one with deep British roots. That land's history now connects with Charlotte's name. It fuses geography, tradition, identity. Press reaction is swift. Headlines: Charlotte elevated, King Charles honors daughter, new role for young princess. Editorials debate: is she too young? Is this politics? Or genuine honor? Public opinion divided but deeply moved. Many parents see a child being recognized in a way rarely seen. Many monarchists see hope, legacy preserved. Others worry about public cost, relevance. Part 6: Comparisons and Past Precedents. We look back. Queen Victoria as a child. Princes and princesses granted titles upon birth, or after marriages. How Kate, William's children, received titles: Prince George, Princess Charlotte, Prince Louis. But until now, Charlotte's title changes only with marriage or parents' death. Here, she gets something new, earlier than customary. In Denmark, Sweden, Norway, how young royals have been assigned titles or responsibilities. In Spain, Leonor's titles. In other monarchies, the balancing between history and modern expectations. Charlotte's title becomes part of this global tapestry. Part 7: Emotional Landscapes. What does this mean for Charlotte herself? A young girl with warmth, intelligence, kindness. How will she perceive this? Pride, pressure, joy, searching for normalcy under royal weight. King Charles, in his speech, seems to balance father and monarch. Catherine perhaps proud, protective. William quietly emotional. And Charlotte, eyes wide, smiling, yet aware. She stands, curtsies, then laughs softly. A moment of childhood amid history. Guests weep quietly. Some dignitaries stand. Some royal cousins blush. Many reporters note how the king's voice trembles. It was not just official, it was personal. Part 8: Questions unanswered. What title exactly? Will she be Duchess of a particular region? Will there be lands associated? Will she have patronages tied to her new title? When will she begin her new duties publicly? Will she travel abroad under this title? Will she be addressed differently in schooling? In charities? Also questions of equity. How will this affect her brothers? What message is sent about expectations on girls in monarchy? Are traditional gender norms being re-examined? Another loop. How will this change public perception of King Charles's reign? Is this defining moment part of his legacy? Will it strengthen affection for the monarchy? Or invite criticism from those who feel tradition altered too soon? Part 9: Guest reactions. WHO stood back. At the banquet, memories of guests, the Queen Mother's cousins standing to applaud, foreign dignitaries rising, officials exchanging glances. Some guests moved to tears. Others surprised, in whispered private conversation. A notable guest, Prince of Wales, stands, visibly proud. A diplomat from a Commonwealth country leans over to congratulate Catherine. Some older courtiers glance at Charles, perhaps thinking of days past, of princes and princesses who bore titles later in life. Some younger attendees see hope, a break from rigid structures. No one expected such openness in a formal state banquet. And yet here it is. Part 10: Looking ahead, legacy of the title and monarchy's future. In the coming days, Charlotte's title will ripple into many domains. News bulletins, children's books, state programs, charitable foundations, school uniforms may bear monograms. Invitations to state events will reflect the new title. Charlotte may soon begin making public appearances with her new style. She may receive patronages. She may be addressed differently by foreign media. Her signature on official documents when older will carry weight. King Charles, in time, may be remembered not just for his reign, but for how he prepared the next generation. How he's shaping Charlotte not only as a princess, but as a public servant, as a modern royal, as someone expected to carry tradition, and also to question it. Charlotte's first royal title may be the first act in a long story. And in that story, we will see how love and duty intermingle, how a child becomes part of history, how a father shapes a legacy, how a monarchy adapts without losing soul. Conclusion. Tonight, at that banquet, Princess Charlotte was given more than a title. She was given trust. She was given a place. King Charles did more than stun guests. He sent a message: tradition can evolve. The future can begin tonight. And in Charlotte, that future glows with possibility. You will see her name change in programs. Hear it in speeches. Read it in histories. But remember this: the moment mattered because Charlotte stood beside her father, under that chandelier, and the world listened. Her story has just begun.